You got grace and time to learn the law.
Right.
All of this stuff, if you was doing during the time of Moses before Christ came, we, by keeping the law commanded by God, would have to bring you somewhere and stone you and kill you. You're in the grace now to where you got time to change.
Right.
It ain't hard to stop eating pork, bro. You got chicken, you can fry it, you can bake it, you can saute it, you got fish, you got turkey, you got so much food you can eat to where you ain't got to eat pork. You ain't got to do that. If you like sausage links, you can get turkey links. I eat them, they taste the same.
I feel like studies have proven that even eating all that other stuff that you have named, also that same stuff also has cells that just like he realized that eating the pork, that was causing the sickness and
what God said don't do.
He said not eat. But I'm saying it's other people that
you can talk about getting sick. When he get here, he gonna kill you. You gonna die anyway. Read that. This what's going to happen. You worried about what the pork going to get you sick. This is what you got to worry about. Amos 9 and 10.
All the other foods that you just named that was good, the new researchers, they have realized that
but God said
that
you
other
eat it.
new stuff has cells in it as well.
Is it going to keep you out the kingdom?
Your cells is going to kill you anyway.
You missing something. God said we can eat it. So is it going to keep you out the kingdom? No. Is eating pork going to keep you out? Read.
Look at Amos chapter 9 verse 10. No, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
Read it again.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
So that's pretty much what's going to happen if you don't start reading and studying and gather together with us and change your mind. We just gave you a simple law. Stop eating pork. That's easy to do. Easy. I'm gonna read something else to see, because I'm going to show you an easier law. Just to see where your mind at. Give me first Corinthians 11. Bring it up. I just want to see, because you stopped and spoke with me, so I'm thinking that you want to change. You want to keep the law, right? Or else you want to stop, right? So, we're going to read you one of the easiest laws to keep in the Bible. Even the Christian church do this. Read. Let's start at 3.
Look at 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So the head, I'm a man, you a man, him man. Our head is Christ. That's our leader. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The woman is under us. We her head. She's supposed to learn from us. Read.
And the head of Christ is God.
The head of Christ is the Father. He even got a head. Read.
Every man praying or prophesying.
Every man, I'm a man, you a man. Every man praying and prophesying. We prophesying right now. Every man praying and prophesying. Read.
Having his head covered.
Having his head covered. Read.
Dishonor his head.
Dishonor his head. What that mean to you?
You just said like when man got his head covered, right?
Yeah. Now remember, the Bible said we got to repent. Who is our head?
The head is Christ.
Christ. If we have our head covered, what we doing to him? We disobeying. We dishonoring him, right?
We going against what he said not to do.
So what you got to do, my good brother? I know you got it in you. What you got to do right now then? We praying and prophesying. What you got to do?
Take my head off. But that was like if I was to enter a building, but I'm in a free world.
Let's see if it said a building. Now I told you I was gonna read an easier commandment for you. Hold on, you said you want to change. Read it again.
Verse 3.
Just listen. Verse 3. Just read.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So you got a head, and this head is bitch. He coming to kill. Right. This ain't nothing to play with, and it's inevitable. You can't get around this. When he get here, you dead meat. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Our head is Christ. The woman is we the woman's head. Read.
And the head of Christ is God.
Read.
Every man praying or prophesying.
Which we doing. Read.
Having his head covered.
Read.
Dishonoring his head.
You're dishonoring your God that you said you love. So what you got to do for the little bit of time we gonna be here? It didn't say nothing about a building, did it?
Look at what?
How that's so hard to do?
I'm a bop anyway.
How that's hard to do though?
Because I know within my life and what I believe in, like that same book you just reading out of, you telling him what to read to me when what's for him is for him.
Everybody here keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Right. You see, hey, this is where we at today. We so far gone, we don't even know it. We can't even keep a simple law of taking your hat off. We can't even do that. No. That's the easiest law in the Bible, man.
Bring it out.
That's why a lot of our people, give me Isaiah 1 and 3. Isaiah 1 and 3. We so disobedient, it ain't even funny. And we love oppression. We love being oppressed. We don't want to rise up and be men no more. All we want to do is smoke weed all day and just be wicked and take the easy way out. Read that.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knows his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
So God brings up animals that don't have the sense that we got. An ox knows his owner, and an ass knows his master. We talked about not eating pork earlier. Even an ox and an ass know what they're supposed to be eating. You ain't gonna catch an ox and an ass eating pork. They know what they're supposed to be eating. You ain't gonna catch them out of order, and they animals. We men that God gave a conscience to, and we can't even stop doing simple things that's gonna bring death to us. Right. Read.
But Israel doth not know.
Israel don't know nothing. Israel don't care about nothing. Israel want to do what it want to do. Read.
My people doth not consider.
He says the Israelites don't even consider. We went over some laws with the brother, tried to show the brother some love. He didn't want to hear it. He walked away from God. We read it word for word out the Bible. The brother walked away from it. Israel does not consider. Read.
It's a sinful nation.
We're a sinful nation. We become sinful. And we love sin. Because the Bible will tell you sin is pleasurable. But we're supposed to deny our flesh while we're here in this wicked world. So what's going on, my brother? Hey, give me 2 minutes. Hey, how you get into the kingdom of God? Sister, how y'all get into the kingdom? Matter of fact, let's go over what sin is. Give me 1 John 3 and 4. Because still to this day, our people still don't know what sin is. Right. So we're going to explain to our people what sin is. Because Isaiah said we're a sinful nation. Right. And it's true. All you got to do is leave the house. You look around out here, now that's all we see is sin. Right. Hundreds of our people in the midst of sin. But we trying to show them love. This is the love of the Bible, not a hug and a kiss, not enabling you to do whatever you want. Right. We're going to show you love. Read what sin is.
Look at 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law.
This is the New Testament. Christ is dead and risen. So if we continue to break God's law, you still in the midst of sin. So how can the Christian church keep saying you can't get into the kingdom as a sinner when sin is breaking God's law? Obviously, keeping the laws is how to return back to God. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not covet, thou shalt not lie. How is that evil? And how is that hard to do? Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is breaking God's law.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Hey, my brother. I know y'all want to get into the kingdom of God, right? We in it. And right now, we're in it. This life is wicked. Hey, was Kendrick Johnson in his kingdom? Is Kendrick Johnson in his kingdom? Was Trayvon Martin, is he in his kingdom? Is Sandra Macy in her kingdom? So what we got to do for that to stop happening? See, our brother's delusional. Israel do not consider. Go back to Isaiah 3. Read it again. Verse 4.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 4.
The brother said we in the kingdom right now. Read.
Sinful nation.
Isaiah said through the Spirit of God, we're a sinful nation. Read.
A people laden with iniquity.
A people laden with iniquity. We don't just do one sin, two sins. We dabble in everything. We got brothers that's Muslim, Islam. We got brothers that's doing the Baptist church. The Bible don't say nothing about being a Baptist. We got brothers that's Seventh-day Adventists. That ain't even written in the Bible. But we dabble in all those things. But we got a book of truth that got the words written verbatim, and we won't do what the Bible says. Right. But we do what the world tells us to do, though. Read.
A seed of evildoers. Children that are corrupters.
Children that are corrupters. What's one of the main reasons why we become a seed of evildoers? And we got children that's corrupted. Give me Psalm 78 and 5. It's something that we ain't doing with our kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us call ourselves good fathers, good mothers, but it's something that none of us teach our kids. You know what I'm saying? We let the TV teach them. We don't teach our kids nothing. But we become a seed of evildoers, wicked children. Why? Read.
Book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob.
He gave Jacob, the Israelites, the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics. He gave us a testimony. He gave us our heritage. Read.
And appointed a law in Israel.
He put a law in Israel. How special is that? We should feel gracious that he was thinking about us and nobody else. He put a law in Israel. He gave that to us. That's special. That's set apart. Read.
Which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children.
He commanded the fathers to make them known to the children. We ain't doing that. Before these good brothers came to me and showed me the true gospel of the Bible, I wouldn't teach my kids the commandments. A lot of these brothers wouldn't teach commandment number 1. Have no other gods. But we do birthdays. That's another God. You worshiping yourself. We do Christmas. That's another God. That come from the Babylonians. We do Halloween, obviously of the devil. You know what I'm saying? But we don't do what God gave us. The father, the real father, is supposed to teach his child the laws of God. Read it again. Verse 5.
Book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children.
So that's a commandment from God for you to teach those laws, statutes, and commandments to your children. That's how you build a nation. What good does it do for me and my wife to understand the law and not teach it to my child? Now you start the whole cycle of the wicked seed all over again. Versus us having multiple kids, being fruitful and multiplying after marriage, so we can create righteous men and women. So we can increase as a nation, a righteous nation. Read.
Verse 6. That the generation to come might know them.
So our kids to come after we die will carry on greater works. Read.
Even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children.
Believe it or not, keeping the law is the work that we're supposed to be doing for God. We're going to get that when we get to verse 8. We got to hit the streets. We got to teach our people. We got to put away wickedness. We got to teach our people to stop doing wickedness. We got to travel all the lands where our brothers and sisters are scattered to raise them up out of the dust and show them what God said to do. Because all of them ain't going to willingly come to the building or come to you to learn the law. So we got to go out and reach our people. We got to clean up the community in many ways. Read.
That they might set their hope in God.
So we teach our kids that so they'll set their hope in God. Right now, our kids got their hope in drill music. Plenty killing going on. Just had a guy named Julio Fulio. They got a whole gang war going on. Followed the brother all the way from Jacksonville down to Tampa. Killed him on his birthday. Right here in Tampa. But don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody care. You said it best. That's why we got to care about one another. Because don't nobody give a F. They saying it right now. Don't nobody give a F. But we got to give a F about our people. Don't say you about your people if you won't come out here and do what we doing. Read.
And not forget the works of God.
And not forget what?
The works of God.
What's the works of God? Go back to verse 5.
For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children.
So make the law known to your children. Teach your children. That's the work. Don't let the church keep lying to you and say we ain't got to do no work. Just keep faith in God. That's a lie. We got a big job to do. Revelation 14:12. You got to do more than that. You got to do more than that, brother. Got a big job to do. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Once you come into the truth, you're not out the ballpark. We all fall and do stupid things. We're going to continue to do stupid things, but we just got to get better. You know what I'm saying? But you have to start somewhere, start keeping the law, learn it, and then go raise your people up. Read that.
Book of Revelation. Book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints.
Saint is another word for the Israelites. Read.
Here are they that keep the commandments of God.
So it don't get no more New Testament than Revelations. He said, here are they that keep the commandments of God. That's the work we read in Psalm 78 and verse 8. Read.
And the faith of Jesus.
And the faith in Jesus. And if you have faith, you will do what he say.
Right.
Jesus said, keep the commandments to get into the kingdom.
That's right.
That's your faith. That's your life. Read. Give me Revelations 20 and 12. Now this is during Judgment Day. We're gonna show you that God wants us to do work. We gotta do work to get into the kingdom, because there's gonna come a day that you're gonna stand before the Father.
Good.
Read that.
Book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 12. And I saw the dead, both small and great, stand before God.
So he said he saw the dead, small and great, stand before God. So whether you did good or bad, you're gonna be rose back up again to stand before God. That's why you gotta stack up your riches right now and keep the commandments. Read.
And the books were open.
It said the books was open. So it's gonna be more than one book open. Read.
And another book was open, which is the book of life.
So when you getting judged, your life and your judgment is gonna be based on this Bible. So you gotta ask yourself, if my life is gonna be judged on these books, shouldn't I be reading the book and finding out what the book want me to do? Or should I not read the book and just have faith in white Jesus? You're destined for death.
Right.
Read it again from the top.
And I saw the dead, small and great,
Whether you did good or bad, it's the day you're gonna die and you're gonna meet your maker. Read.
stand before God. And the books were open. And another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things.
And the dead was judged out of what's in the Bible, the law, statutes, and commandments.
Which were written in the book according to their words.
According to what?
According to their words.
So you got a book open and the Bible's open. You gonna get judged according to the work that you did based on that Bible.
Right.
So I would behoove you to keep those commandments. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.